Hey guys, what's going on? I'm back. I wanted to post another video out to you guys because I've been getting so much feedback about people wanting more experiences from me. They wanted to see, how everything's going with me. So I'm a man of my word, and I wanted to put another video out for you guys to let you know what's been happening with me. First of all, let me just mention something to you guys. For those of you that are looking for my surgery rotation video, I had to actually put it on privacy settings, and there's a good reason. Turns out because all of my videos are now becoming a lot more, well, popular, I guess. Not like, worldwide popular, but I mean popular enough that, people are starting to recognize it, and, I just, as a failsafe, I do want to keep a level of professionalism with these videos. So as some of you might know, I sometimes am a little bit of a loose cannon, and I just have to curb my mouth a little bit. So just in case, because you never know if one of my professors or preceptors might look at this video and be like, "Oh, I had him as a student." I kind of want to make sure that it's it doesn't come off that I'm dramatizing anything. So just gonna keep it a little bit more professional and as more of a learning experience rather than a very personal and humorous experience. Which I like to add humor into everything, but just for the sake of the matter, figured it's just safer than sorry. But for those of you that are looking for a surgery video and now can't see it, just to recap on it, the hours there were very long, but it was a great learning experience. I really learned so much there. I perfected how to write a progress note. Being in the OR was phenomenal. I loved scrubbing in and actually helping out with the surgeons and getting my hands dirty. Certain surgeons can let you do more than others. Some of them can just let you observe. It's really up to the discretion of them. Others, I actually got to, use the tissue spreaders, and I got to actually hold organs in my hand, and some let me suture, they let me staple, they let me use the knife and do incisions. So it really was an awesome experience, and that ended last week. Right now, I'm on my OBGYN rotation. I can't really mention any hospital names right now because I don't want to violate HIPAA. But I am doing OB, and so far I'm about to finish up my first week. Tomorrow is going to be my last day, and then I'm on spring break for 11 days. I cannot wait. So it's well deserved, trust me. But I do enjoy it. The hours are they're very nice. They the preceptor of mine he does give me a lot of freedom. Obviously it is supervised at the same time because it is women's health. You always have to make sure you have supervision when it's males in the room. But I do enjoy it. Not much to comment on just yet because, like I said, it's only my first week. But after that, like I said, spring break, 10 days, and then after that, I kind of coast right on through until I graduate. So the other rotations following this one, after OB, I have emergency medicine at the same site that I'm doing this. After that, I have my internal medicine elective, and then I'm going to finish it off with primary care. So anyway, all right. So today's video, I wanted to teach you guys a lesson for those of you that are in a program or going out into one. It's a phrase that I've gotten many times on rotations because this is something that I tend to do very often. But there's a phrase in medicine called "don't look for the zebra." Now, it sounds really weird, and you're probably not going to know what the hell I'm talking about, but here's what it is. Pretty much, if you get a patient that presents a certain way, I mean like jumping out of a textbook a certain way, that is called just well, it's not really called anything. Alright, let me explain. If you have somebody that comes in, 27-year-old male, let's say, coming in with right lower quadrant pain, so right lower abdominal pain, if you will, and I mean, they look sick, and I mean, they're green in the face, they're feverish, they're nauseous, they're vomiting. If you touch them right above the hip bone, they scream in pain. What we call positive peritoneal signs, for those of you that may not know what that is. You touch certain points along the abdomen or you move certain muscles, and it causes a reproduction of just pain. And I mean pain in your stomach. That is textbook appendicitis. It 99.999% is appendicitis. It rarely could be anything else. So here's the question. You want to ask yourself, if you hear hooves coming down a sidewalk in Central Park, what are you going to see in like 2 minutes coming down? Probably going to see a horse and a carriage. So if it looks like a horse, sounds like a horse, it more than likely is a horse. That's in this case. It looks like appendicitis, sounds like appendicitis, feels like appendicitis. It's got to be appendicitis. It really can't be anything else. But it can be. Never say never in medicine. Two things. Never say never, never say always. That's good when it comes to true and false questions, by the way. So, anyway, so take that same scenario, and now let's look for the zebra, if you will. So that patient comes in, you've got the positive peritoneal signs, you've got what looks like appendicitis, the right lower abdominal pain, the nausea, the vomiting, the septic look in their face, and you start asking them questions like, have you eaten sushi? Did you eat anything outside your normal diet? Or have you traveled anywhere? Those are questions along the lines of that you're looking for like an infectious organism, like they got a bout of food poisoning, or they got like some sort of infectious organisms going over to Panama or whatever, which, believe me, can happen. But, if you're in, the suburbs of New York and you see that and know they haven't traveled anywhere, they've denied eating things out of their regular diet, then there's your answer. There's appendicitis. But if you go and you start asking these questions and you're not asking the most obvious questions first, like doing the test for the peritoneal signs and automatically just jumping into, well, did you travel? Did you eat anything different? That's called looking for the zebra. So you're looking for something completely out of left field. So you're taking what you have that's so obvious and you're going like 5 feet deeper into what it actually already is. Perfect example. My first rotation, I had a guy come in and he was complaining of chest pain, substernal chest pain. He was a younger guy, but because of his age, I figured let me delve a little further into this because I feel like he's a little too young to have a heart attack. So I thought. But there was no left arm radiation. It was just pressure in his chest. So I asked him, well, are you abusing any drugs? Because there is a condition called Prinzmetal angina, which can actually occur due to subsequent chronic cocaine abuse. It causes vasoconstriction and a lot of chest discomfort. So when I asked that, he was kind of like, no, what are you talking about? My preceptor pulled me aside. She's like, don't look for the zebra. And I'm like, what? And then she explained to me what it meant. So turns out it wasn't a heart attack. He wasn't having any sort of heart condition. I honestly don't even know the diagnosis. But just the way he presented, I figured, all right, he's too young to have a heart attack. Let me try and see if I can figure something else out. So that's what's called looking for the zebra. Now, for those of you who like to do that sort of thing, I would suggest going into a field of infectious diseases, which is what I want to do. I always like to kind of like, I'm a big overanalyzer. Let's put it that way. That's why I kind of like that stuff. If you're in medicine or you're a patient and they've done extensive workups on you and they can't figure out what's wrong with you, and at the end of the day they still have a question mark above their head, they're going to send you to two places. They're going to send you to psychiatry or infectious disease. So that's really what I want to do. I really do want to do ID. I was a microbiologist before this. I loved microorganisms, virology, HIV, all that stuff. I mean, it's extremely interesting stuff. So that's pretty much it. So like I said, if you're out there on rotation and you see somebody come in presenting with textbook symptoms and you think of it in your head and you're like, this has got to be it. 98%, 99% of the time, your first instinct is going to be right. Actually, what I learned is that 95% of your diagnoses are going to be made on history and physical alone. You don't even need any of those radiologic tests, x-rays, CAT scans, anything like that. All you need is your hands and your brain. That's it. So anyway, so that was today's lesson. Again, I wanted to just let you guys know that everything is going really well for me right now. I'm very excited for the spring break, and I cannot extend my gratitude enough that I'm able to help people with these videos. It really does mean a lot from the bottom of my heart. I really am so satisfied that I can be able to help people choose this career path, or have people maybe think about doing this career path. It really is. It's awesome. So I definitely encourage questions. Now that I'm going to be on spring break, I'll be able to answer some more questions a little bit more readily than I already have. But please keep them coming. Email me or message me, comment on whatever it is you want, and I'll be sure to get back to you. So other than that, that is about it. So it was great communicating with you guys, and I'll be back in touch soon. All right. See you later.